Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to Afternoon Express on this Wednesday afternoon. It's obviously a Human Rights Day, and we'd like to wish every single one of you a very happy Human Rights Day. I hope that your day off has been super spectacular today, and especially for those of our viewers who work so hard and don't get a chance to get home in time to watch the show. Welcome to you as well. It's a good thing you've joined us on the show today because we have some incredible guests, all of them young, impressionable, and have made amazing things with their lives, and they choose to spend it with us because we have a great lineup on the show today. While you're on your phone, we'd love for you to head over to our social media platforms and let us know what you've been up to on this Human Rights Day. Whether you've been out in the sun, perhaps with some family and friends, we'd love to know your thoughts. You can tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. We'll be taking a look at all of those comments on the show today. Now, joining us on the show is motivational speaker and author Sibulele Sibaca, who lost both of her parents to HIV/AIDS when she was just a teenager. Today, she is a successful businesswoman, motivational speaker, and she has a foundation that is hosting a leadership program called Generation Teen Camp. It's absolutely incredible, and to just know that she was personally spotted by Sir Richard Branson. This is definitely going to be a guest not to be missed on the show today. Then coming up this weekend is the first set of auditions for the new season of Presenter Search on 3. Could it be you? They're kicking off on Sunday in PE, and today we chat to Head of Branded Marketing at Capitec, Spusiso Khumalo, who is one of this year's judges. You're going to have to impress him, so this is one interview not to be missed if you're planning to make it down to those interviews. And then if anyone knows the power of Presenter Search on 3, it's obviously got to be people like me who ended up on shows because of the show. And my journey here on Afternoon Express all started with standing in a line waiting for my audition. Now our first guest can relate just as well. In fact, she stood in the very same line that I did. Zoe Brown has become one of SABC3's best loved presenters as she brightens up our day on Expresso Morning Show, and it all started with just one audition.
I'm here to defend you.
Hi Zoe, how are you?
Very well, thank you. And yourself?
Wow, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
So you're on radio?
Yes, I'm currently a radio presenter at KFM.
That's cool.
Living on a golf estate is a dream for many, but architect George de Jesus chose the beach at Amanzimtoti to build a holiday home for himself, his architecture wife, and their daughter Catherine.
Zoe, you are an absolute bombshell. You are so beautiful, but you're struggling to walk in your heels.
Yeah, that's the first one.
What a moment. Hello, Zoe.
Oh goodness, it's bringing back memories. Oh, so many good memories.
How does our little puppy compare to your puppies on Expresso?
Well, listen, she is so cute and fluffy and still needs to, you realize, you know.
Yeah, her adulthood.
the TV camera style.
Oh yeah, she's got no game when it comes to TV. She just wants to play all the time. She's awesome. Yeah. Let's talk about that moment. I remember standing in front of those judges and everything that I thought I knew beforehand, all of the experience that I'd had on radio and television like you, was just thrown out the window, and that nerve just kind of settles in.
Well, you know what? It's been 3 years. I cannot believe it's been 3 years. But for me, I think what was fun was I always said I'm going to do a TV presenter course when I'm done with my studies. Yeah. And I managed to do that. And it was during those classes that one of the guys actually said, hey, did you hear about this new show called Presenter Search on 3? They're looking for 3 new presenters. Afternoon Express. At the time, it was advertised as a mystery show.
Mystery news show.
They're looking for top billing and Expresso. So we went as a class and we stood in line. He was there first, got coffees for all of us. I rocked up and we all went on Friday the 13th, so I'll never forget that. And I said, to this day, Friday the 13th will forever be my lucky day. Yeah. And we stood in the line, and when it came to that audition moment, I don't think anything really prepared you for walking into that room, because there's cameras, there's a lot of lights, there's a lot of people, but you actually focused on the judges in front of you and those 2 markers, because you have to walk from point A to point B and deliver your lane.
But for yours, there was a point C as well at some point.
I had a little bit of a detour. You know what's funny about that is I am naturally unstable on my feet, so it's actually quite funny that it's shown on my audition tape. But I am, to this day, that person on set that still trips over cables or over my own feet, wobble around. But I think maybe it was nerves that played a part, but I think it's also me being clumsy. But it was such a cool moment. And you know what? that was the opportunity that opened the doors for me.
And obviously you managed to impress, because obviously here you are today and you've just brightened up SABC3. Your smile, your just energy has been amazing. I have loved getting to know you as an individual. And what is so cool to learn about you in the process was your career in radio has also played a big part in that. You're now on the afternoon drive show called the Flash Drive Team on KFM. They are such fun-loving people. Do they teach you what it means to just enjoy broadcasts?
You know what? Working with such an incredible team like Carl Wasey and Baron Hufke, really, you know, we have a lot of fun together, and you play the music loud in studio, you dance around, we have a great team. And I think for me, it's, you know, after a long day, you often have to ask yourself, what is my listeners thinking about now? What are they going through? And most of them are stuck in traffic. They want a distraction, they want humor, they want something that will, you know, just make them forget about the day and look forward to going home. So whether you're going to a dinner party, you have something to talk about, or you learn something interesting. So we try and give them a little bit of something.
Just spice to let that day go at the end.
Yes,
and what's so
yes.
beautiful about your particular position is you wake people up in the morning on Espresso, and then you get to let them drive home after a long day as well. So you prepare them for the work day and you let them relax after that work day as well. It's a nice sort of 360 degree. One of the moments I'll never forget of being part of Presenter Search was that announcement in Zanzibar, standing on those podiums. So we've obviously got some footage busy playing at the moment that I think is just so cool to have a look at. When they made that announcement that you were going to join Espresso, relive that moment for us for a second. Did you think it was going to be you? What was going through your mind?
Well, you know, that entire competition, they narrowed it down from a top 30 to the top 11 to the top 10, and each week someone got eliminated through the competition. And I think the whole time I was there, I didn't really think I stood a chance until we were in the top 5. Until
there it was.
My name got called out first, and I think it took a week for it all to sink in.
It's almost
but
like
there wasn't that much
next,
time because I had to start Espresso quite soon after the announcement was made. But you know what? It was so surreal, and I think throughout this journey I had to learn to believe in myself and to actually think, you know, that you can do this, you can achieve this. And for me, it was so cool. And what I love about the Presenter Search on 3 journey was looking at everyone that went and auditioned and to see where they are in the industry. I mean, you here on Afternoon Express, Jade on top billing, but to see so many others who have gone on to Pasella and also top billing, it's been incredible to follow their journeys.
You don't leave
too.
there ever with nothing. You've always left with something.
Yes, and I have so many people always ask me, you know, how did I get on Espresso? And it was through Presenter Search on 3. And I will encourage everyone to go try. You'll be surprised what it can do to your confidence, the people you'll meet in line, the impression you might make on someone. So definitely give it a try.
Stunning. Zoe, thank you for joining us today. She's not going anywhere though. And what I'd really like for you guys to do is head over to our social platforms, use the hashtag Afternoon Express. If you have questions for Zoe about the competition, what it felt like to stand there, how to prepare better, we'll try and get through some of those questions towards the end of the show, all right? Hashtag Afternoon Express on Twitter. The stage could literally be yours. If you think you have what it takes to be the next presenter extraordinaire, then visit presentersearchon3.com for all of those details. The first auditions kick off this Sunday, the 25th of March, at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, so get there early. After the break on the show today, we sit down with one of the year's judges to find out what it takes to win them over. Happy Human Rights Day and welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC3 and hope you're on all of our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, interacting with us, telling us what you got up to today. Now, Presenter Search on 3 is back for another exciting season with auditions kicking off this Sunday in Port Elizabeth. Presenter Search on 3 is searching for 3 winners who will be brought into the spotlight as new television presenters for Top Billing, the Expresso Morning Show, as well as someone to join us here on Afternoon Express. With me is Sibulele Sibaca, Head of Brand Marketing at Capitec and a member of the main judging panel. I'm super nervous for you because I think a lot of people walk into that room and the first thing that they see is these judges and are wondering what is going through their minds. What are you looking for?
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me. I think, for us, first of all, we're excited. I'm excited to be a judge. I think it's a great opportunity to have this. It's quite a task to have to look for the next presenters for SABC. Yeah. But for us, what we're looking for, being a presenter is more than just what you do on camera. It's a business. You're running a business. You are more than just what you do on camera. It's also what you do off camera. So things like how you build your social network, how you connect with people, authenticity, consistency. So you find that I'll use a lot of my marketing expertise. The same way we build brands, are you able to do the same for yourself?
Nice.
Because you have to have something that is sustainable. So this is a platform to almost kickstart your career. But who knows what it could be?
Yeah, and also if you're building that brand behind the scenes as well, not just that sort of face on television, you're building something sustainable for your career, regardless of whether you win or not. You're learning all of those skills about building your own brand. How does that differ from having, that traditional mindset that a presenter is just a beautiful person on a camera?
The game has changed and times have changed. So it's not really just about how good you look, and it's not about looks. It's about how you connect. It's about authenticity. I mentioned that. It's about consistency. It's about hard work. There are lots of people that look good, but they're actually not doing anything with their lives. They're not living a better life. So for me, I want to see someone who's able to up the game with each stage. I want to see someone who's actually putting in the work, who's working hard. I want to know that this person, if we give them the opportunity, they're going to take it. They're going to respect it, and they're going to do something with it. And they're going to inspire a lot of other people to come out of the shells and say, hey, I could also do this. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for.
So if you're planning to come and be the flash in the pan, just going to strip open my shirt and show my six-pack, and that's going to be the end of my sort of audition tape, I think you've got to look way beyond that and realize that there's so much more to being a presenter than just trying to be funny for that one moment in front of that camera.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I can draw on the experience of us as a bank. I mean, it takes quite a lot to build a brand, to build that credibility, to build that trust, and to be able to win the hearts of people. So for us, if you're going to come and you want to just impress and it's something that is not really authentic, then I really think that you'll pick it up.
Yeah. So as you guys are quite an esteemed judging panel this year. I mean, Jeannie was one of the judges who was on the panel when I was there, and oh my word, standing in front of them was intense. What role do you think you're going to play on this judging panel? Who are the persons you're going to be? Are you going to be the mean one, the nice one, the critical one?
I'm just going to be me. For me, I'm looking to offer someone an opportunity. I'm looking to be part of the team that actually discovers talent. I'm looking to inspire. I'm looking for beyond just looking the part and being able to look good and present yourself on camera. Can you really create something that's special? Yeah. Can you step up to the plate and really go beyond? So I don't think, I think it's up to people to decide whether I'm a mean person or I'm a good person or a cool person. But I think we complement each other as judges quite well, because I think I bring more the business side of things.
And I love that.
How do you manage your finances? Because what's the point? You have an opportunity, do all this great work, and you still cannot manage your finances. So you make the money, you lose the money, you don't know how to. So there's so many other aspects that we want to bring to this, and I think it's so important.
I love that, because everyone always feels like getting on TV is about impressing the presenters, but in fact it's the producers behind the scenes that employ the presenters, get to know the brand behind the work that you're doing. Now listen, PE are getting the first shot. I mean, that's going to be the first run of auditions. Everyone's going to get their first peek of what talent's out in the country. How are you feeling about that? Last minute tips for presenters coming to audition?
I think just be yourself on the day. I know it can be nerve-wracking. You're going to spend quite a lot of time queuing, so just that process alone. So be prepared. I think you can tell when someone is prepared for something, and you can also tell when someone really wants the opportunity, where they're hungry for it. So just be yourself, come out, have fun. You know,
Yeah.
I think you can learn a lot from the experience.
Yeah.
Whether you make it or don't make it, I think it's
Yeah.
really, if it can make you a better person, then I think it's worth it.
Yeah, don't leave there with your head between your legs, you know, obviously crying after the opportunity because you've learned so much in the process. I think if in my audition journey, the thing that I regretted the most was taking it so seriously. I think I was taking my life so seriously that if anything went wrong, I was super nervous about it. But I knew that I wanted this well enough. So I hope the rest of South Africa does too.
I hope so too.
Yeah, so stay right where you are because there'll be more questions at the end of the show. Head over to Twitter, #Afternoon Express. If you're planning on coming down to the PE auditions, we'd love to hear from you. What questions do you have for our judges? If you think you have what it takes and all you need to do then is arrive at the audition venue on the date at the audition and fill out an entry form. For the dates, venues and those details, you can go to presentersearchon3.com. That's the website with all the details. Port Elizabeth, it starts with you at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium this Sunday, the 25th of March.
Presenter Search on 3 is here to build your new brand with Capitec. Do you have the personality and fashion flair to be absolutely unforgettable?
Can you dazzle with a winning smile, turn on the charm and take our breath away?
Are you ready to be South Africa's next television and social media superstar?
Well, this is your chance to become the face of SABC3 and take your place in the spotlight as the newest presenter of Top Billing, Afternoon Express or Expresso Morning Show.
It's not just fame and glamour, it's also a career filled with unlimited opportunities.
This year, Capitec will help you live better and develop your new brand.
Auditions are taking place in Port Elizabeth on the 25th of March at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, Cape Town on the 7th and 8th of April at the Newlands Rugby Stadium, Durban on the 14th and 15th of April at the Durban Exhibition Centre, and Johannesburg on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of April at the Wanderers Cricket Stadium. Doors open at 8 a.m. and registration opens at 9. Our team will provide you with your entry form and guide you through the process. Come prepared with a 10 to 15 second presenter link that introduces you to the judges and to the world. This is your chance to shine.
Visit the Presenter Search on 3 website, Facebook or Twitter for more details.
With Presenter Search on 3, the stage will be yours.
Be natural because natural is beautiful. So show your locks some love and grab your curl friends and get down to #ClicksCurls Joburg on the 24th and 25th of March at the Galleria in Sandton. Enjoy an exciting hair extravaganza and explore 30 natural hair care brands with a free goodie bag packed with products and incredible prizes up for grabs. Tickets are only 120 Rand and are available through webtickets.co.za. Wear your crown with pride with Clicks, #ClicksCurls Joburg.
Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
Now, coming up after the break, we celebrate Human Rights Day with a woman who went from losing both her parents to HIV/AIDS as a teenager to being personally headhunted by billionaire Richard Branson. It's the inspiring story of Sibulele Sibaca. Don't miss it. Happy Human Rights Day, South Africa. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're live on SABC 3. So, Sibulele Sibaca's life was turned upside down as a teenager when she lost both of her parents to HIV/AIDS. A true example of fighting spirit, she used her story to motivate and educate others. Now, shortly after finishing school, she was noticed by a billionaire other than Richard Branson. While she was still speaking at a function, he came to visit. Now, he was so blown away by her story that he offered her a job and she's never looked back. Today, she is an international speaker, author, mentor to young people across the country. And I'm so honored to have you here on Human Rights Day because it just feels like you're the story of victory for young people who have had their rights removed from them.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Every child deserves the right to grow up in a family.
Absolutely.
And you had to have that right removed from like sort of teenage age. Talk me through what happened there. When you lost your parents?
It was really, really tough. You know, you're in a community where all you know is love, family, protection, security, and then one day it's ripped away from you. And the community that you look up to kind of pick you up because you're down is the same community at that point is thinking, maybe she too is HIV positive. So I carried the stigma for a very, very long time of people thinking that I too was sick. And I mean, look, and I usually joke about it today, but at the time it was really tough for me because I was extremely skinny, genetically so. I mean, that's how my parents were. But I also just didn't look like a pretty picture of health because there was just so much going on. I was a teenager, I was rebellious, there was so much going on. And I just wasn't doing what I was meant to do at the time.
On top of all the loss, obviously losing your parents, you had a lot of anger once your father had passed away at 16 because you felt like you had learned then, oh, this is what happened. He caused all of this.
Right.
Tell us about that story.
So I heard about my father being HIV positive and dying from AIDS in a taxi on my way from school, from two ladies who were catching up on the weekend's gossip. And I'd been asking so many questions leading up to my mom's death and now my father's death at the time. And I'm like, but what happened to them? They were healthy 1 minute and the next minute they were gone. But everybody kept saying I was just too young to understand. And it really annoyed me because in fact I wasn't too young to understand because I figured it out in the taxi when they said to me, well, not to me, but talking to each other, that he had died from AIDS. And I confronted my brother about it, who later then confirmed.
And then your brother moved home to come and look after you, and he became your new father figure in your life. Very strict on you, got you to do all that you needed to do. You passed matric. You then went to go work for Love Life. And that's where Richard Branson spotted you.
Right.
What happened then?
So I joined Love Life, and I always say that I only joined Love Life at the time because I needed to put food on the table to help my brother get by because times were really tough for us. There were days we didn't have anything to eat. I wasn't the child support grant system at the time, and so I knew that the first thing I needed to do was not go to varsity as much as I would have loved to, but it was to help my brother. So I went and joined Love Life. It was great, awesome time, met so many young people from across the country, but I just happened to get a love for speaking. And I happened to kind of take very naturally to it. I'd get up on stage and the CEO at the time, David Harrison, just said, tell the world your story. You're not special. There's over 2 million AIDS orphans in sub-Saharan Africa, and I'm just happening to give you an opportunity to be their voice. And so when he put that title on me, I realized that I had to push the story forward. And one of the speaking engagements I had, Richard happened to be in the room, and
you didn't know who he was at that point.
Oh, look, man, I just saw a guy who was a little raggedy looking. His clothes weren't ironed, completely creased. His hair was just all over the place. And this guy's offering me a job. I mean, at this time, Love Life has taught me everything about human trafficking, right? So I'm thinking,
what's going on here?
Human trafficking. No, I mean, I'm an AIDS open, but I'm not silly. Hello. But I later on found out that I just turned down Sir Richard Branson. But I mean, I believe in God, and I believe in that if something's meant to be mine, it'll always come back to me. And a couple of weeks later, he called me asking me to join him at the G8 Summit in Scotland.
And you learned a lot there, obviously, and since then have subsequently started a company, and the proceeds from that are working with the foundation. So I'd like to call on somebody onto set. Viwa, would you come and join us here? Because Viwa is going to be part of something amazing starting early April. Viwa, do you maybe want to tell us about what's going to happen in April and what this is all about and what you're part of?
We are going to be going with Cebu to Gauteng, and it's about a camp where I'll be mingling with teenagers my age, where I'll be knowing more about business and how to take part in leadership. And I'm very wonderful that Siba is being here, and then what also makes me very happy is that I'll be also learning more on how to take part, how to be an entrepreneur, how to stand more and being independent myself. So I'm really proud of that. I'm very thankful for that.
She was chosen out of, so I chose 30 girls, had over 700 applications from around the country. Really, really tough choice. But one of the reasons why I absolutely loved her is, first of all, she's from my hood. She's from Kualanga. I mean, boom, sold, right?
Nepotism,
and,
don't say
nepotism, corruption, no. But also because she just has this deep sense of wanting to give back to her community. And I felt this is a great young woman to give the tools to be able to do that.
Stunning.
Yeah.
You are doing such incredible work, and I thought it was so prominent to bring you on the show for Human Rights Day, because people think that once their rights have been removed from themselves, that is the end of their futures. And you're trying to say you can build rights and earn your rights back for yourself.
Absolutely.
So on Afternoon Express, we salute you and all the work that you're doing. And enjoy that whole camp. I hope that it goes well. Future president of our country.
Boom.
Deal.
Yes.
Done, Viwe. We cannot wait to see what comes from that. What an incredible stories on Afternoon Express, especially for a Human Rights Day.
Whiskers, feed their curiosity.
Now, before we decided to foster our little fur babies, we had to find out information about the adoption process for ourselves, as well as the criteria that the shelters expect from people looking to adopt those puppies. So take a look at this.
Finding a new home for rescued puppies and dogs is a delicate process. The WOOF project aimed to accelerate dog adoption with its dynamic pop-up method that allows prospective families to interact with the dogs in accessible locations.
We have to take shelter dogs out of shelters and place them in environments where people can see them, where they can engage with them in a positive environment, and then obviously choose to adopt a great dog. Shelter dogs are healthy, they have the especially at WOOF project. We take in amazing, positive, healthy dogs, and we just say, listen, whatever you are looking for, whether it's a purebred dog, a big dog, a small dog, a puppy, an old dog, we will find that dog for you at a local shelter in the Western Cape.
The process of adoption through the WOOF project is thorough but easy, and dogs can be placed in their approved forever homes for 48 hours.
We take these dogs from existing shelters, so in a way we are like a foster base. We're sort of like the middle positive approach between shelters and the adoptee, and we assist with that adoption process to make sure that this dog sticks in its home. If a family comes to a project and sees a dog that they would like to adopt, our process is very simple and efficient. You fill out an application form, which is just some basic information about where you live and your kind of lifestyle, and then we administer a home check within 48 hours. And then you're welcome to come and collect your dog. You sign a simple contract just to say that you're going to look after the dog, obviously. We take a happy adoption photograph, and then your new best friend can go home with you. Not only are you saving a dog's life, you're getting a great animal, but there's just something so rewarding about taking a dog off death row, a dog that probably never stood a chance, and to see this dog thrive in your home environment. There's nothing more rewarding than that.
Sidewalk Specials is a foster-based pro-life organization that rescues animals from dire situations. By fostering, they get a thorough understanding of the animal's personality to match them to the right families.
I think the pros, obviously, you're saving the animal's life. You're helping change the culture, and that's what a lot what we're about, is just changing the culture of rescue, to stop people viewing rescues as trouble, because they're not. They've just come from a very scary background and need time to adapt. I think the only con I could think of is what I used to go through when I used to go to shelters to take out fosters, is you didn't know what you were dealing with. If you're adopting from us, we'll have had that dog in foster, we'll know who they are. We'll give you an application form first, just asking some really simple, sensible questions to make sure you're a right match for the dog. We come through and home check, and the home check really is just to match up that you are who you say you are, that we know our dogs are in a safe place, because obviously we've put a lot into rescuing them. We do an adoption fee, like with every shelter, and that basically helps us to cover the sterilizations of the dogs, the inoculations of the dogs, the deworming, and you're literally saving that animal's life. And it's like, if you could, why wouldn't you?
Many rescue organizations need foster homes where the animals can get love and care before they are placed with new families. It can be a very rewarding experience, and sometimes foster homes become forever homes.
I think the benefits of fostering before you adopt is that you get to know the animal. It just teaches them people are good, here's how to walk on a leash, here's how to be home trained. It just gives them the skills to adapt into the real world. Also, you get to heal the animal. There is something really lovely about you being the first kindness that animals ever experienced. You're the first person that ever gave it a treat, ever gave it a cuddle. And that's why we do have a lot of foster fails, because once you finish healing that animal and fixing it, you love it. It loves you. And you're like, well, no one else will get this animal like I get this animal, so it has to stay with me. You know what you're getting. You know who you're loving. I would recommend it for anyone.
If you'd like to foster or adopt from Sidewalk Specials, visit sidewalkspecials.org. And for information on Oscar Ark and where the WOOF project will be next, visit oscarsark.org. Now, as you know, shelters are mostly run on goodwill and donations. So if you're looking to adopt, donate, or just help out by volunteering, get in contact with your closest shelter and help these organizations care for and rehome these wonderful animals. Now, as you know, Presenter Search on 3 is back. And if you think you have what it takes to be the next TV personality, then visit presentersearchon3.com for all of the details. The first auditions kick off this Sunday, the 25th of March at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, so get there early. McCafe will also be there to serve you delicious coffee and McCafe treats to make those long queues bearable before the audition. They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're TV stars. Baxter and Donut, the adorably fluffy four-legged members of the Afternoon Express family, are sharing their daily adventures on social media. To see what Baxter and Donut get up to behind the scenes, follow the adventures of Baxter and the adventures of Donut on Instagram. Presenter Search on 3 is back and is brought to you by McCafe.
Do you have what it takes to shine night and day and in all the moments in between?
Can you dazzle with a winning smile, turn on the charm, and take our breath away?
Are you ready to be South Africa's next television and social media superstar?
Well, this is your chance to become the face of SABC3 and take your place in the spotlight as the newest presenter of Top Billing, Afternoon Express, or the Espresso Morning Show.
Cordova Productions presents this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to claim your fame and build your brand and a career filled with unlimited opportunities.
Auditions are taking place in Port Elizabeth on the 25th of March at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium, Cape Town on the 7th and 8th of April at the Newlands Rugby Stadium, Durban on the 14th and 15th of April at the Durban Exhibition Centre, and Johannesburg on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of April at the Wanderers Cricket Stadium. Doors open at 8 a.m. and registration opens at 9. Our team will provide you with your entry form and guide you through the process. Come prepared with a 10 to 15 second presenter link that introduces you to the judges and to the world. This is your chance to shine.
With Presenter Search on 3 and McCafe, the stage will be yours. Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to the show. It's the middle of the week. It's a public holiday. You've worked so hard up until this day and you've waited for the moment to be able to cheat. And today is your opportunity in the kitchen with Clem and myself. The taste, quality and freshness of Clover fresh milk makes all the difference in any dish, be it savory or these sweet treats. And today's toasted marshmallow and chocolate fudge is guaranteed to be love at first bite. If you're in for a need of a perfect midweek treat, then SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 at a cost of R1.50. Remembering that those free SMSs don't apply. You'll get this recipe sent directly to you. It sounds sweet. It sounds like something perfect. Even like people who are chilling and obviously have Lent. On a Sunday, you're allowed to cheat. I want to learn how to make this for my Sunday cheat.
It's called a fudge, right? But it's actually set using marshmallows and some marshmallow fluff. But let's just talk about the recipe first. Some salt going into some clover milk.
Cool.
The thing about normal fudge is you spend most of your time standing over the stove, just stirring and stirring and stirring, cooking it until like all the sugar caramelizes and crystallizes. It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time, okay? This is
and no one
easy
has
way.
time
No,
nowadays?
no. There you go, pop that back for me. So like I said, I've got some clover milk in here, added some more just to temper it a little bit. And I'm gonna go with some brown sugar. There's quite a bit of sugar in here, but like you said, we're cheating, right? Okay, cool. Some chocolate chips.
Okay, and you can use leftover chocolate if you've got it in your cupboard as well. I'd imagine some dark chocolate, whatever you've got at home.
Who has leftover dark chocolate in there?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, cool. I've got some delicious hazelnut chocolate spread going in.
Nice.
And now the messy one. Okay, if you think that was messy, that's nothing.
Can I have this?
You can have that.
This is my favorite thing in the world.
I've got some marshmallow fluff going in, which is just a softer version of marshmallows. See, it's 6 to everything.
Where do you get that stuff from?
You get them from your delis. You can get them from some supermarkets. You know what? Challenge yourself. Make it.
I will.
How's
I'm
that?
going to try that at home. I've never actually managed to make myself my very own marshmallow before, so this is going to be a new challenge for me.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's try doing that on the show.
Done.
So, in we go. Mix it all up. What's going to happen is just start mixing together. Now, here's the thing. Easter's coming up, right?
Yep.
If you've noticed, I used marshmallows.
Yep.
And I've used chocolate.
Yep.
The one thing you do have left over of is those marshmallow chocolate Easter eggs.
Yes, always, every year.
Super cheap. That's what you can do. Totally add it to this dish and like substitute the fluff and the chocolate.
Nicely done. That's
Cool.
really smart, actually. All these little leftovers, just tear them open and pour them in there.
All right, so what you're looking for now is you're going to want the marshmallows to melt completely. They will. It's going to take some stirring, okay? Then you're going to pour it into a lined baking tin. Set it in the fridge. And it's like I said, it's not a fudge, it's more squishy. So can you pass me that tray and let's get this guy toasted.
So this is how they look when they come out of there and they've just been setting.
I took mine out a little earlier. You see, I'm not patient.
Okay.
I'm not. Be patient at home. So now the toasted part comes in, you get your blowtorch, and you just...
Turn it on properly.
Turn it on properly, and then you toast them.
And that's so nice. So what you're basically getting there in South Africa is you're getting a really nice sweetness on the bottom of that chocolate fudge. You got the sweetness as well from that marshmallow, that like sort of fluffiness, and then you got that like smoky flavor from the top of the toasting.
One more thing. Talking about leftovers. If you have any more of these left over at home, which you won't, I've blended this up with some more clover milk. There's a little treat for you.
Like a clover milkshake. This is the best thing. I work on the best show. Go into presenter search because I'm telling you, you can enter shows like this and obviously work on television and eat for a living. That gets to be your job. How awesome. Honestly, this would certainly be obviously satisfying as well as any sweet. It'll satisfy any sweet craving if you ever had one. Now remember, if you would like to make this recipe at your very own home, then SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 at a cost of R1.50. Now, hey, perhaps you've just tuned into the show and want to know how to make it yourself. Here's a quick recap.
made with love by Clover.
Delicious. Now listen, with everyone rushing out to get their sought-after BB cream, Sorbet decided to treat their customers to something even bigger. The all-new Sorbet makeup range. From the ultimate range of foundations developed specifically by their skin experts for the women of South Africa, to cheeks, lips, eyes and everything in between. They have it and it's here. The best part, it's now available at 120 Click stores and 40 Sorbet salons nationwide.
Now, when it comes to makeup, it's not just about how the makeup looks, it's about how you feel and how your skin looks when you're wearing it. And the first step to that perfectly flawless finish is finding the right foundation, and that's not always easy. But lucky for us, Sorbet has come up with 28 new shades of foundation to help match your perfect complexion. So I'm about to get matched. Let's take a look.
So the first step is just adding the Face First foundation. This is a serum foundation. It has anti-aging and it's going to leave a very beautiful, natural, glowy finish to your skin. The first thing you want to do when choosing your foundation is choose 3 foundation shades and test it on the jawline. So you have it on the face and the neck. Whichever matches the closest to your face and neck, that's the one you would go for. And luckily, Sorbet has 28 shades, so you're definitely going to find the perfect shade for you. I'm going to be using Truffle today.
I really do love that Sorbet has thought about the fact that there are so many shades of black. They've got 28 foundation colors to choose from, which means everything's covered. And the fact that I didn't have to blend anything, that it actually just worked perfectly for my skin. Because obviously some parts of my skin are darker than others, but the blend was perfect.
I'm just going to be applying this under the eye to brighten up. If you want more product, then you just twist the bottom and it comes out of the brush.
It really makes it easy to apply. Now I don't need another brush for the concealer.
I'm going to be adding some contour. This is going to add some dimension to the face.
I love what contouring does. I love that you can literally transform your face and also just highlight the parts of your face that you really enjoy and think are beautiful, and also just tone down the parts that you think too obvious.
Now we're just going to add a bit of glow from the Shimmer and Glow palette. So I would use this on the eye, I would use this on the cheek, I would use this just to highlight.
Every girl loves shimmer and bronzer. If you turn slightly and the light catches it in the right way, you actually see a bit of shimmer. It also just warms up the whole look and it just makes it radiant. Now the eyes are definitely the focus of my canvas, and whether you're opting for a more dramatic look or a toned down natural look, there are many palettes and colors to choose from to get that iconic look.
So Bonnie, because you are the shade Truffle, I'm going to be using the Cocoa Crush today because we want a beautiful bronzy natural look. I'm just going to be adding some of these shimmers on your lid and a bit of the brown in your crease. Now I'm going to be using the Precision eyeliner. This is called Stroke of Genius. And I love that when you hold it, it's super comfortable in your hand.
Yeah. I love the eyeliner. So for me, the eyeliner is like the belle of the ball. The fact that it's designed the way that it is designed, it just gives it functionality, but also the fact that it's so soft and so thin just gives you precision when applying, and you can actually make a perfect wing, as you can see.
Now I'm going to be using the Lash Cheat on your lashes, and this is going to give super volume and just a bit of length. Close your eyes for me.
I need super volume on these lashes. This really brought them out, and it wasn't cloggy. I hate it when mascara gets like clogs and it gets lumpy.
Now I'm just going to be filling in your brows with the Browsability, and because you use Truffle, I'm going to be using the dark brown on you. Now I'm going to use the Undercover again. So this just cleans up the brow. So it's kind of like you went for a wax, but you really didn't. You get that perfect shape.
Perfect. It's time to get cheeky and give my face a pop of color with some blush.
I'm going to be using the Fiesta Flush Blush. There's a sponge inside, so once you close the product, it gets the perfect amount of product onto the sponge, and you just stamp on the blush, just blending around that hard lines.
Now, a bold lip can completely transform a look, and with 12 moisturizing lipstick shades on offer from Sorbet, your lips can look as good as they feel.
So I'm going to be using the Get Lippy on you in shade Brave. Even though it is long-lasting, it's totally insanely moisturizing because it has vitamins A and E and coconut oil. But I love how pigmented it is. So just one stroke and that's all you need.
I think my makeup looks complete.
It is complete.
Yeah.
You are done.
I really love my look today because she actually chose the colors that are most complimentary to me. And it's funny that those are the colors that really matched up to the truffle foundation. I like them because they're warm. And it's also like the kind of makeup I can take from day into evening. So if I'm working all day and I have to rush off to a dinner, I can still be makeup ready. It's about real choice, real quality, and real makeup moments. And Sorbet's new makeup range has everything you need to glow. From the perfect foundation for your skin to products for your lips, eyes, skin, cheeks, and everything in between. There's no denying it. Makeup is about to get real.
Now listen up, girls, because Clicks is giving you the chance to win one Sorbet makeup hamper to the value of 3,000 Rand, including everything you need to glow. All you need to do is SMS Clicks, your name and city to 33650, and you could be our lucky winner. VAS rates apply, T's and C's also apply, and you can visit afternoonexpress.co.za to find them.
Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
Now, we've had such a great show so far, hanging out with my fellow Presenter Search winner, Zoe Brown. And don't forget that your chance to be added to the SABC family kicks off this coming weekend. It's the brand new season, and those auditions start at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in PE. So get there early. We'll be right back after these. A warm welcome back to Afternoon Express. If you've just joined us, we're talking about the new season of Presenter Search on 3. Those auditions kick off this weekend in PE, and we're joined now by one of this year's judges, Busiso Khumalo, Head of Brand Marketing at Capitec, and former winner Zoe Brown from Expresso Morning Show. You're still awake, and I'm impressed.
Yes, of course.
You guys should be in bed and like straight after the show. It's bedtime afterwards. Listen, you two, let's break down these boundaries for a second. We all know what it's like to stand in front of that audition venue. Tips and tricks for people coming to attend. We've had streams of questions come through on Facebook.
Okay, well, for me, preparation is key. You know that you have to do a 15-second link introducing yourself to the judges and the world, so prepare that. And if you're not sure what to do, there are some great YouTube videos available from previous auditions. Go, just take a moment, watch through them, and you can get an idea of perhaps, some inspiration of what you want to say about yourself.
Yeah, good idea. I think one of the things that people always forget about those auditions is that they have been ones that have been done before. So go watch them, learn how terrible auditions are, and realize you're going to be okay. From a judge's perspective, people are going to be nervous to see you. They're going to be nervous to see Jeannie and all the industry experts sitting on that table there. What do you expect from them when they step up to that first panel?
I think it's important to show that you're confident, that you've got this, that you want this, that you prepared for it, that you did your research. You didn't just wake up on Sunday and decide, hey, I've got nothing to do, let me go to the stadium. So now is the time to be finalizing what your A
So I
game
can
is
write
gonna
my
be.
script now, and I can get ready with my script, my 10 to 15 seconder, and I can be ready before I get there. What happens if I mess up while I'm there? Is that okay?
Well, for me, that's the beauty of an audition, and especially, a show like Expresso, you get to be yourself. So if you make a mistake, roll with it, Let the judges see your personality, and don't be too scripted. Be careful of sounding like I've practiced this link. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Well, I think we need to accept that failure is part of success. So if you're able to bounce back from failure, then I think it's a good thing. So you must just be comfortable. I'm sure you've messed up a couple of times.
Yeah. I remember my first audition my first ever television show was so terrible. I didn't know what was going on. I made so many mistakes. I was wearing terrible clothes. But ultimately, you're identifying something beyond just the words of the person saying. You're identifying a charisma that you want to be able to see. You're identifying a sense of confidence that the person's got. And that do they have maybe something more than just a pretty face? I think that's what you guys are trying to look for.
Definitely.
What about that line? Everyone always keeps asking me about the line, Zoe. Was it like a long period of waiting? Must I bring water, snacks?
The line, we got there super duper early. I mean, we went as a group of friends from class. And for me, I think one of the questions I got asked on Twitter is how can you shake those jitters? I love music. So for me, I took my earphones along. If you can just, listen to your favorite songs, that helps calm me down, gets me psyched up for certain things. So bring your own distractions along. Hopefully the line's not too long and it flows quickly. But I think come prepared.
Totally. And speak to the people who went in before you. Get a sense of what's going on in there. Get a feel for it so that you can know beforehand. And one thing that I'm so excited about this year that we didn't have in our audition process, there's going to be coffee.
Yes.
Nat Cafe will be there to obviously make sure that everyone's very happy about it. So obviously with coffee in your system, you'll be energized, and that's the best part of it, I think.
Yes, no, definitely.
Awesome.
And I think a lot of people, Saturday is not the day to go out. So
Yeah.
make sure, so make sure, I know Friday might be payday for a lot of people, but don't go out on Saturdays. Save your money.
Also, don't quit your job on Friday as well.
Don't
Just
quit your job on Friday. Don't quit your job. But you have to rest.
Yeah, indeed.
So you don't want to get there and you must eat.
Awesome. Listen, we need to get you off on your flight to go and enjoy all of those auditions in PE. Be amazing. Don't frighten them off, please, Busiso. We want to make sure that they get the new talent on SABC3. And Zoe, thanks for making some time for us today, all right?
Thank you. This has been fun.
Remember, the third test between South Africa and Australia kicks off tomorrow, so we'll be off air until next week. We'll see you then again. Good night and happy eating.
Afternoon Express, made with love.